One more thing. People are saying they've seen me places I've never been. Never been. People sit and call people and say I've been somewhere I've never been. And what is happening is very real in Kentucky. It is very real. If they've taken over everything of yours, if they've stolen your birth certificate, social security card, if someone's packing around a cell phone with your information on it, they can make out like they're you. And hell, it's like I said, if they steal your birth certificate, social security card, and they're packing around some kind of internet device that has your social security number attached to it, pretending to be you, attached to your social security number, and they're sitting and pretending to be you, and going places and pretending to be you, and the rest of the world acting like it's whatever, there's something really bad going on. And then they make sure that you have no internet device of any kind. I keep stating this is the first internet device I've had since 2015, and I didn't even know the phone I was packing around in 2015 was fake. I didn't even know that. Someone had to explain it to me. I kept going in AT&T in London, Kentucky, and telling them, hey, people standing beside me calling this number. You all say this is my phone number. You say this is the number associated with this phone. And they would stand there and call it, and it wouldn't even ring. Wouldn't even ring. And then they sit and they allow somebody else to answer the call and pretend to be you. And they've got a hold of your cheerleading outfits, and they've got your cheerleading uniforms, and they've got your pictures, and they've got everything about you. What is going on is very real. And then they sit, and if you speak out about it, they take you to a psychologist. Lord knows, don't go. Don't go. Do not go. And if you do decide to go to a psychologist or a therapist, don't let anybody else walk in that room with you. Because they do it 2 against 1, and then they state whatever they want to say. And half of it lies. Half of it straight up lies. And you can't defend yourself at that point. You cannot. What is going on here is very real. I've called people from house phones and things, because this is the first cell phone I've had my hands on in years. And that was April 3rd of 2019. Didn't know I was packing around a fake phone in 2015. But what is going on is very real. I've actually called one of my friends and spoke with her. Well, thought I was speaking with her. And she told me that she was living with her dad and this and that and the other. Her dad's dead. I know at that point I wasn't even speaking with her. I know I wasn't even speaking with her. And somebody's still packing around her phone number, answering the phone. What is going on is very real, and it is very scary. And they still allow James Collins to pack around a cell phone with a number that I had for years. They still allow him to do that. He switches, from what I'm told, he switches back and forth between numbers. They say there's some kind of voice app you can use. I don't know how that works. I honestly don't know how that works. But if they've got a hold of your personal information, and they've got you now, I don't know what to tell you today. But I'm going to speak out whether anybody else does or not. That's the way it is. Oh, and if they try to talk you into getting a birth control device by Donna Nall in Somerset, Kentucky, called IUD, Mirena, Skyla, any of them, do not, absolutely do not. Because they will put that birth control device in you in Somerset, Kentucky, if it's the IUD, Skyla, Mirena, whatever, and they will not take it out. They will not take it out. I went to Donna Nall's office in Somerset, Kentucky with my mother and had a birth control device called Skyla put in. It was only supposed to be put in for 3 years. In June of 2015. I had complications with it from the day she put it in. Screamed at her in her office, not meaning to, but because she was hurting me so bad. And I'm not like that. And I was screaming at her, please just stop. Leave me alone. If this is the way it is, just stop. And hell, leave her office in a fucking cold sweat. Barely make it back to London, Kentucky. Lay in the bed the rest of the day. And everybody else I've talked to that's had a birth control device put in didn't have any type of complications like that. I called Donna Nall's office in Somerset, Kentucky over and over. I know for at least 6 weeks every day that her office was open. Half the time they wouldn't answer the phone. Drove to her office numerous amount of times. And half the time they'd lock the door in my face. Within last year, supposedly she closed her practice down. I made an appointment with the gynecology office in Somerset, Kentucky to have it removed. To have the birth control device removed that Donna Nall put in. The only thing they wanted to do was hand me paperwork from 4 different places I wasn't even at. As I so stated before, They sat and told me I only had so many minutes to fill them out. After I refused to sign a little gray box, like a credit card machine when I walked in that office, I said, I'm not signing anything I can't actually see and read. And I'm so glad I said that, because hell far, they handed me paperwork for different places I wasn't even at. So I got up and walked out. I told him, I said, if this is the kind of business you're all running, and I got up and walked out. Ended up having to take the birth control device out myself, because I had so many complications. I was 3 months pregnant and had a miscarriage because they would not take this out. So if anybody's trying to talk you into having a birth control device put in anywhere in the state of Kentucky, especially in Wayne County, Somerset, or Pulaski County, do not, because they will not take it back out.